most people are I think most people are honestly in the middle, bro. I don't really think people are out there like specifically extreme on either end. Most people are in the middle, but the issue is like the goalpost has been moved so far that like people have to choose a side now. You can no longer be like, you know what, I'm in the middle, but I lean this way. It's like, nah, you're one or all.
Yeah, because it has to be the extreme. And I think it started in 2016 to where when it was Hillary or Trump, everybody was like, oh, you have to pick a side. You can't be middle ground.
It's very polarizing.
And it's gotten to a point now where truly, in my opinion, and I've said this time and time again, if you really want to cure the bigotry in the country, whatever the case is, travel is the fucking answer. Because more often than not, if you go and you experience, I guess, what the other people are living or whatever, you'll realize you're not that far off from what they're dealing with. Of course, there's the bigotry to a certain sort of level where you have, whether it be based on gender or color, sexuality, stuff like that. That will always exist. But to the level that they make it, it's really not.
Well, I think people want to make their problems bigger than they are.
Yeah.
So whatever their immediate problem is, that's the biggest issue in the world. Like, it's like
victimhood is in.
Yeah, it's like victimhood doesn't exist.
Victimhood is in. It's
no, but people
time.
will say like, oh, like I'm black and my struggle is worse than some people are. I'm poor and my struggle is worse. I'm white. I'm getting chastised.
Oppression
and my
Olympics.
Struggle. So it's like, yeah, it's who's getting oppressed the most.
It's the Oppression Olympics.
Right? It's Pride Month right now.
Yep.
You know, so like people that are, because it's weird, right? Because I saw a post, and I don't really have a thought on this, but like back then it was like, I'm gay, and they're like, yeah, we see you, and they're like, great. Or they're like, it's like, I'm gay, I'm like, we don't care. They're like, yay, no one cares that I'm gay. But now it's like, oh, I'm trans, and they're like, we don't care. It's like, what, you don't care?
Right.
So it's become like this thing where it's like, yo, imagine, so a great example, it was just recently like Asian Heritage Month. I didn't even know. But shit, imagine if I came out and I was like, yo, Asian Heritage Month. You guys, guys, Asian Heritage Month. Come on now. You show up to my house, don't bring me no gift, like don't congratulate me on Asian Heritage Month. Come on, bro.
Because if you take into account about, what was it, 3 years
You're
ago with the
disgusting.
Stop Asian Hate campaign?
Bigots.
Right off the heels of the Black Lives Matter campaign, then you had the Stop Asian Hate. Like, and my thing is, I'm not going to make it seem as if, hey, you know, people don't go through getting victimized, whatever the case may be. But it comes to a point where it's like, all right, if this is your entire identity, like now you need me to constantly affirm your existence. What is really the goal here? Like, I saw a post on Twitter when they were talking, or X, whatever you want to call it, where they were talking about the different sort of celebration of pride across the globe. Where in there was a place in Europe, they had their pride parade where people were just outside marching, having time. You look in the US, people are in like fucking BDSM suits. People are butt naked. There was a dude, a gay guy, or whatever the case may be. This dude, butt naked, on a bike. He had what looked like a nipple for a penis, just out in public. And there's children that's around, and everybody's like, "Woo, yay!" It comes a point where it's like, "All right, we're going a little bit too far off the rails."
I think what it is, people want significance, right? It doesn't matter what your situation is, and in order to have some sort of significance in society, you got to do something great. You got to have an athletic achievement. You got to be rich. You got to be popular. You got to be famous. Like, it's really hard work to have some sort of significance in society. So what's the easiest way to get significance, acknowledgement without having to do any of the work? Just fucking choose an identity. Make it your entire thing.
Yep.
I'm Asian, and that now my significance comes from me being Asian. I get recognition for being fucking Asian. I'm black. I'm a black creator. It's like you get your significance for being black, not being a creator.
Right.
Not being talented or funny. You get it from being black.
And it's bizarre to me because if we just do that based off demographic, nothing means nothing anymore.
Right.
And if you really relocate the location, because I think it's centralized in the West, you don't go to Africa and you try to pull these types of things off. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't work.
You don't go to India and do this type of stuff, and you pull that off. Like, it's so weird to me.
I think there was a country, it was like Peru or something. They made like trans like a mental illness. They classified it as a mental illness in
Oh, no,
Peru.
it might have been. It might have been in
something.
Africa, and then I think there was like a something going on with the
Africa, yeah.
government trying to tell them like, no, you must. Or I forget what it was, but it's getting to a point now where I think across all demographics, it's not just a rag off of the trans folk, but truly, it's getting to a point where now people are making, you know, whether it be sexuality, whether it be gender, whether it be race, their entire identity. Like this isn't just, you know, what you are; it's who you are.
Right.
I am a black man. But what are we doing? Like
Right.
it comes to the point where you've done nothing else in your life except just exist, and now you want credit for the
That's
existence.
exactly what it is. It's an easy sell though, bro. Like, yo, you're
It is.
gonna get credit for just doing nothing. People are gonna love that. They're gonna eat that up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, even with the plus size community, same thing.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where now I saw a video where this girl, she documents the day in the life as a 26-year-old and what she eats. She went to Disneyland and ate 11,000 calories.
What the fuck?
From the moment she woke up in the morning, it's like a triple kind of breakfast. If you ever seen The Rock when he posts his cheat meals, it pales in comparison to what she ate that day.
Oh my God.
And my whole thing is, and I'm looking in the comment section,
And
and,
they're like,
people
"Yeah,
are like,
you're doing so
yeah,
great."
this is so great, you look amazing or whatever.
Right.
I'm like, okay, you can say somebody has a beautiful soul. That doesn't mean you have to lie about what they look like on the exterior. Furthermore, you're enabling the behavior because what positives are there from being so incredibly morbidly obese? There is literally no
It
positive.
applies to everything though. It's like they're giving you a
confusing to me.
positive reinforcement for like things that you shouldn't get positive reinforcement for.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm like I said, oh, I'm black. Great. Like, are you talented? Have you done anything? Like, if you're a black lawyer, you can get like affirmation for that. You can get
Right.
like reinforcement. Like, yo, you went to school, you put in a lot of hard work to become a lawyer. That's awesome, right? But he's like, I'm black, and you want acknowledgement just for being black. A little bit different. It's not the same thing. And because they get acknowledgement, oh, you're black, and that's where they get their acknowledgement from. It becomes their entire identity.
Right.
just-
Because
of just
now
being
it's,
black.
and especially when you get to the point where it's like, hey, I'm a black lawyer.
Yeah.
The people almost no longer make it about the fact that you're a lawyer.
Right.
They make it about the fact that you're a black lawyer. So now it's like, all right, you get to the point where it's almost you're infallible. Because even if you were to lose a case, well, but yeah, you still got the representation. We got a black lawyer that's up in there. But if your win-loss record is like 1 in 27,
Right.
and you lost a ton of cases, I no longer care if you're a black lawyer or not.
Yeah.
You're a failing lawyer.
Right.
You got to do better.
And
We
it-
got to stop trying to give out participation trophies to people just because, well,
But like I didn't have that growing up, so it operates the opposite way too. And then you see, like I see Asian people all the time that take pride in their Asianness, which is great. But it's like, what are you doing specifically? At least be an Asian doctor. I know your parents wanted you to be a doctor. At least do that. Then like, you'd be like, yo. But it's like you can't make that your whole thing because you're not doing anything.